What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Bitcoin Cash today, BCH USD. It is the 10th day of January, and here we are sitting at about $640 with 8 hours left in the day. Hit that like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. Shout out to the Dragon Riders in the House of the Dragon. We are moving up. We're moving up. We're doing our little stair-step dance that we've been doing this, this past couple of months. Moving up, finding support now at prior resistance here, right? That's exactly what we're doing. It is possible that we could go lower. It is completely possible that we could go lower. After all, for example, here we moved up. We were finding support at prior resistance. We went lower, and then we moved higher, right? That's what happens. So if we do go lower, I'm not afraid of the price. I'm not afraid that Bitcoin Cash is going to go down a terrible amount. Maybe we go a little bit lower, and then we come up, whatever it is. Let's look at the short-term stuff and see if that happens. By the way, if we were to drop a little bit lower, it's still just a higher low in this overall range. Unless it's a little bit more than that. We can talk about it if it happens. If we do break like this low or something, maybe we can talk about what that means for Bitcoin Cash. Maybe we are going through some greater retracement, but I don't suspect that's what's happening at all. Let's look at the 1 hour time frame, and then we'll zoom out from there. 1 hour time frame here. We do have a bit of a flat base, or a flat top, I should say, right here, with ascending lows coming into it. Very low levels of volume as well. And typically you get these low levels of volume whenever you're about to break out, whenever you're about to see a breakout, whether it's to the upside or to the downside, you're about to see a breakout. And likely what happens whenever we do break out is that we will see some volume come in. So whenever we move above this white line, the thing that we need to see is volume, right? If we move up and we don't have volume, that could imply a fake out, and we could see some downside. And again, we'll talk about that if that happens. But I would assume, just looking at this, that we do move up. Looking at the 1 hour time frame, probably between today and tomorrow. I mean, very soon we should be moving up. We're at 640. I'm not calling for anything crazy, but maybe it gets crazy. Maybe today or tomorrow we see some crazy stuff. We're at $700 by Monday. I don't know. I don't know if it'll be that quick, but I do suspect we will see $700 sometime next week, if not certainly by the end of this month. The 1 hour RSI, however neutral it is, it does have bullish implications. The stochastics are bullish, and the MACD is bullish as well. We look at the 4 hour time frame. Very, very bullish MACD. This is absolutely perfect. I mean, it's so beautiful. It's exactly what you want to see. A little bit of a dying off in the bearish momentum. I wouldn't call that bullish divergence. I don't think it technically is bullish divergence, but this just curve, this soft, just like we had back here, right? And look at the results that we had right here. We had a very nice move up. Very similar, very, very similar price action, right? Very, very similar here. And then we pumped up on Friday. So, I mean, it's Friday just passed. Maybe we pump up on Monday. It doesn't have to be Friday because it was Friday last time. Here we pumped up on Thursday. This day we pumped up on Thursday as well. Interesting. This time we pumped up on Tuesday. And then this one on Friday. Fridays and Thursdays, huh? That seems to be a more common thing than other time frames. However, bouncing off the zero here with these oscillators, you see the orange line and the blue line here coming down, bouncing off the zero like this. This is a much more powerful signal than what we had here. It's comparable to what we had here, but it's more powerful. This is more powerful. It should give us a larger move to the upside. If we see a larger move to the upside than what we had here, from a low to just an initial high, I won't do the fake out high, I'll just do the initial high. Let's put it at this low here, the lowest low that we can get. That would take us above $700. And I don't think that we're going to see the same move again. As I've been saying, I think that we will see a stronger move, and we're only building up more and more evidence that suggests that, honestly. With the MACD, stochastics getting overbought, that's great. You got overbought here. That was your first taste, right? That was the beginning of this move. We're not technically overbought with the orange line yet, but once both of these get overbought, and it is the 4 hour time frame, I would assume, man, by the end of today, if not certainly tomorrow, we should be in the midst of a move higher. And it really could be tomorrow, guys, by the end of tomorrow, if not Monday, that we are above $700. I kind of said that as a joke at first, but wow, it actually might be happening right now. That'd be awesome. And of course, with the RSI, we know that we're finding support here, right? We've got these higher lows coming in. I mean, obviously, it's clear what the path forward is going to look like. We're going to get into this overbought zone. What would be disappointing is if we got to the overbought zone and rejected it, or we got into the overbought zone but we didn't get too far above these highs. Like if we just had some kind of double top and rejected, that'd be a little bit disappointing. But I don't think it'd be too big of a problem. I mean, the more time that we have to buy Bitcoin Cash below $700 is a blessing. You guys remember? I remember all these little moments that we were talking about Bitcoin Cash back here. I remember saying this time and time again. I was like, man, any moment we have to buy Bitcoin Cash below $500 is a blessing. And then throughout all this time, it was, man, any moment that we have to buy Bitcoin Cash below $600 is a blessing. And now here we are. Any moment that we have to buy Bitcoin Cash below $700 is a blessing. And it's really the truth. It's really the truth all the way up. I mean, depending on how you look at it, all the way up to $100,000, it's still true. No, I think that buying Bitcoin Cash below $700, below $1,000, it really is a blessing and a half. If the price action does not do what I expect it to do, and instead we pull back from here, that's just another blessing in itself. But I don't think that we're going to pull back. If we were to pull back, let's pretend I'm wrong, and we do pull back to the downside. $570 looks to be a support area. If not, $500 to $520 itself would be a support area that we could depend on. So I would think that either of those zones would be a perfect area for support. And this is in the event that I'm wrong, that we do break out of this uptrend to the downside instead of to the upside. We'll see. But being on the daily time frame here, we can see very easily that things are tightening up, right? Things are certainly, I'm not drawing this properly here, let's see. Things are certainly tightening up here as we get toward the end of this this little range here, right? It's tightening up. So a breakout is coming one way or the other. We're looking for that movement to the upside. We're looking for volume to come in, right? Volume to build. And I really do believe, I mean, with this next move, we'll be above these highs. With this next move up, we'll be breaking out of this overall kind of zone, and we might inevitably then break out of this kind of ascending wedge that we have. What is this? Rising wedge to the upside. We look at the daily time frame, the daily RSI. I mean, it literally looks perfect. It literally, all it has to do now is get overbought. This is a very bullish setup for what would likely be some very bullish readings, continuous bullish readings in the overbought zone. This was fun. What we're about to see is it's going to make this look like it doesn't even matter, insignificant. Consistently getting overbought here, we're consistently growing, similar to how we are here. I'm expecting that we're going to see far deeper readings in the RSI, maybe even some of the strongest readings we've seen in Bitcoin Cash's history. Stochastics look good. The MACD looks good. We're ready, you guys. We're ready. We are beyond ready, and it's obvious at this point. I do not expect, I have very, very little doubts that the time we spend between this current price of $640 and the time it takes to get us above this high, I have very little doubts that it'll be anything but a short amount of time. It's going to be, I mean, I don't think it'll be by the end of this week, but who knows? Guys, we are going to have a very easy time moving up here is all I'm trying to say. You're going to blink, it's going to make your head spin. You're not going to believe how fast we've moved. And then when we're sitting up here, you're also going to think, damn, it was actually really obvious. And I'm just telling you, setups like this do not happen often. I've said it for years now. And setups don't happen like this. Setups like this don't happen often. It's taken some time. The timing hasn't been the most accurate thing, but I think I speak for everybody whenever I say more time to accumulate before going up to the prices we've been inevitably expecting is not a problem, especially when most of the market's been going down. Bitcoin Cash, even throughout this whole boring time, this whole teasing of our emotions over the past year and a half, Bitcoin Cash this whole time has outperformed the average altcoin and Bitcoin by a huge amount over the last year. So this is okay. It's more time to accumulating in an asset that didn't lose its value. It only gained value last year and is about to literally teleport to prices that are probably worth multiple thousands of dollars. You're at $640 now. It's coming. And I think we'll look back and say that it began here, or maybe it began here. But the really exciting part, the breakout move, like this move from a low to a high, it began down here. But the really exciting part was here, right? I think we're about to see the really, really exciting part. I'm curious to see how far it takes us. I really am. There's so much talk. There's so much anticipation. I'm hoping. I really am. There's like this little like It's like a dream. I don't know how to describe it. How would I describe it? It's like a what? Did we go lower? We did not have. Okay. Oh, this is below the pink line. I was like, these lows were not lower than this low. For some reason, I thought that low was lower than that low. It's just like I don't know. I feel like I'm a kid writing a wish to Santa Claus. Okay. And but I also know, and I have to say it quietly because I have a 4-year-old. Santa isn't real, right? I know that. And spoiler alert for anybody out there. I know that. I know that. But still, I'm writing him a wish and hoping for it. There's this like childish hope that Santa Claus is going to bring us to new all-time highs. I'm personally expecting that we stop somewhere between 2,700 and 4,300. This is where I'm expecting we stop, somewhere up here. But I have this, I don't know what to call it, so I'm using an analogy with Christmas and Santa and this childish feeling of magic in the air. I don't know, that we could see a higher high. Regardless of how high we go, whether it's $2,700, whether it's somewhere around there, or it's at new all-time highs altogether, I have a feeling that at the end of the day, it's just going to feel very obvious. No matter how prepared you are here, you're going to wish that you have bought more. It's not going to take a long time to get there. I'm excited to see what happens next. And after all this is said and done, regardless of where we stop, we're going to do it right. I'm talking, I'm rambling. I'm gonna hit the stop button right now. Hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye bye.